I'm a high school janitor, and I just found out why the weird kid stays after school every day. I'm not crying, you are. Throw away because some staff at my school use Reddit, and this is still unfolding. I've been a janitor at Lincoln High School for 12 years. It's not glamorous, but it's honest work and I genuinely love these kids. I'm the guy who cleans up after pep rallies, unclogs toilets, fixes broken lockers, and somehow always has a screwdriver when someone needs one. The students call me Mr. Ray, and honestly, some days I see these kids more than their own parents do. There's this one kid, let's call him Marcus. Sophomore, 15 years old, super quiet, always wearing the same black hoodie that's 2 sizes too big. The kind of kid who eats lunch alone in the corner of the cafeteria, never makes eye contact, keeps his head down in the hallways. You know the type, the one other kids call weird or creepy just because he's different. For the past 4 months, Marcus has been staying after school until I lock up at 6 p.m. every single day. He sits in the library until it closes at 5, then moves to the bench outside the main office for that last hour. Just sits there, backpack on his lap, staring at his phone or reading a book. At first, I figured he was in some after-school club or waiting for a ride, but 4 months, every single day, including the days when there's no clubs, no activities, nothing. It started bothering me about 3 weeks ago. This kid was spending 11-12 hours at school every day. He's always the first one I see when I arrive at 6:30 a.m., already sitting on the front steps waiting for the doors to open. And he's the last one to leave when I literally walk him out and lock the doors behind us. I tried talking to him a few times. Hey Marcus, you need me to call someone for a ride? No thank you, Mr. Ray, I'm good. You waiting for your parents? Something like that. You know you don't have to stay this late, right? School's been out for hours. I know, I like it here. That last response stuck with me. I like it here. What kid likes staying at school for 12 hours a day? Last Monday, I decided to do something I probably shouldn't have. I checked with our attendance office, pulled up Marcus's records under the guise of needing to fix a locker assignment. What I found made my stomach turn. Marcus lives at the Riverside Motel. If you're not from around here, the Riverside it's bad. It's where people end up when they've run out of options. Weekly rates, drug deals in the parking lot, police there every other night. It's temporary housing for people who have nowhere else to go. I couldn't stop thinking about it. This kid was choosing to spend every possible moment at school rather than go back to that motel. So yesterday, I broke another rule. When Marcus was sitting on his usual bench at 5:30, I sat down next to him. Marcus, can I ask you something? And you don't have to answer if you don't want to. He looked up at me, suspicious. Okay. Why do you stay here so late every day, son? His whole body tensed up. I'm not doing anything wrong, I'm just sitting here, I'm not bothering anyone. I know, you're not in trouble, I'm worried about you, kid. You're here more than I am and I work here. He was quiet for a long moment, then so softly I almost didn't hear him. It's quiet here. Quiet? At the motel it's loud, people fighting, doors slamming, police sirens. My mom works 2 jobs so she's never there, and when she is, she's just sleeping. And the walls are thin and there's always something happening and I can't think there. I can't do my homework, I can't sleep, I can't breathe. My heart absolutely shattered. Here, he continued, it's quiet, the library is quiet, the hallways are quiet, nobody's yelling, nobody's fighting. I can actually hear myself think, and I feel safe here. Does that sound stupid? No, son, that doesn't sound stupid at all. The librarian lets me stay until 5. Mrs. Chen in the office doesn't kick me out when I sit on this bench. And you never make me leave until you have to lock up. This is the only place that feels normal, like how I imagine normal is supposed to feel. I didn't know what to say. This 15-year-old kid had been living in survival mode, and freaking school was his sanctuary. Marcus, does your mom know you stay this late? He shrugged. She leaves for her first job before I wake up and gets home from her second job after I'm asleep. On weekends, she picks up extra shifts. We barely see each other. I leave her notes so she knows I'm okay. What about food? Are you eating? Free breakfast here, free lunch, I'm good. And dinner? Silent. Marcus, what do you eat for dinner? Sometimes there's stuff in the vending machines, or I save part of my lunch. It's fine, Mr. Ray. Really, lots of people have it worse. That did it, I lost it. Okay, new plan, you hungry right now? He looked confused, I guess. Come on. I took him to my maintenance office. which is really just a converted storage room with a desk, a mini fridge, and a microwave. I pulled out my dinner that my wife had packed me, a container of her homemade lasagna, garlic bread, and a salad. "Mr. Ray, I can't take your dinner." "Too late, I'm microwaving it. You like lasagna?" I don't know, I've never had it." This 15-year-old had never had lasagna. I had to turn away so he wouldn't see my eyes watering. We sat in my tiny office and he ate while I pretended to do paperwork. He was trying to eat slowly, trying to be polite, but I could tell he was starving. When he finished, he looked up at me with the most genuine smile I'd seen from him. "That was really good. Please tell your wife thank you." "I will. Hey Marcus, how about we make a deal?" "What kind of deal?" "You can keep staying after school as long as you need to. I won't kick you out, but every day at 5:30 you come to my office and we have dinner together. My wife always packs too much anyway." "Mr. Ray, I can't." "It's not charity, kid, it's a deal. You want to hear the rest?" He nodded slowly. "I need help, my knees aren't what they used to be, and there's some tasks around here that are getting hard for me. Light stuff, organizing supplies, helping me move desks, holding the ladder steady when I change bulbs. Nothing crazy. After school, couple hours a week. And in exchange, I'll make sure you get dinner and a quiet place to do your homework. Deal?" I could see him doing the math in his head, trying to figure out if this was real or some kind of prank. You want to pay me to help you, and give me food." "That's the deal. You help me out, I'll help you out. What do you say?" His eyes filled with tears. "Why are you being nice to me?" "Because you're a good kid, Marcus. And because everybody needs someone in their corner, so what do you say?" He wiped his eyes with his hoodie sleeve. "Okay, deal." We shook hands. That was yesterday. Today, Marcus showed up to my office at 5:30 sharp. My wife had packed enough dinner for 3 people. She always does when I tell her I'm sharing. We ate together, and then he helped me reorganize the supply closet while he told me about his English class and how he's reading To Kill a Mockingbird. When we finished, he helped me lock up the building. As we walked to the front doors, he stopped. "Mr. Ray, can I ask you something?" "Anything, kid." Do you think things get better? Like, is this it, or does life get better than this?" I put my hand on his shoulder. "Marcus, I can't promise you it'll be easy, but I can promise you it gets better. You're smart, you're kind, and you're tough as nails. You're going to do amazing things, you just have to hold on." "How do you know?" "Because you've been holding on this whole time, all by yourself, and now you don't have to do it alone anymore." He hugged me, this kid who never makes eye contact, who everyone calls weird, who spends 12 hours a day at school just to feel safe. He hugged me and cried on my shoulder. "Thank you for seeing me," he whispered. "Everyone else just looks past me." "I see you, kid, I see you." This morning, I got to school early and found the principal, Mrs. Rodriguez. I told her everything about Marcus, the motel, the situation at home, all of it. "Ray, why didn't you come to me sooner?" "I'm coming to you now. This kid needs help, real help." She made some calls. Within 2 hours, we had our school social worker involved, contacted a family services organization, and started looking into resources for Marcus and his mom. Turns out Marcus's mom lost their apartment 6 months ago after losing a job. She's been working herself to death trying to save enough for a deposit on a new place, but it's an impossible cycle. Every dollar goes to the weekly motel rate, so she can never save enough to get out. Mrs. Rodriguez is now personally working with a local charity that helps families in exactly this situation. They're going to help Marcus's mom with first month's rent and deposit on an actual apartment. She'll still need to work hard, but at least they'll have a real home. But here's the part that made me break down completely. This afternoon, I was cleaning the hallway near the guidance counselor's office, and I overheard a conversation. One of the school counselors was talking to a colleague. "You know that quiet sophomore Marcus? I had him in my office today for a routine check-in. I asked him if there was anything different lately, anything he wanted to talk about. You know what he said?" "What?" "He said, Mr. Ray sees me. He makes sure I eat dinner. He talks to me like I matter. For the first time in a long time, I don't feel invisible." Then he just started crying, said he didn't know adults could be kind without wanting something. I had to walk away before they heard me sobbing in the hallway. After school today, Marcus came to my office at 5:30 like usual. My wife had packed pot roast with mashed potatoes and vegetables. We ate, and then he helped me replace some worn-out exit signs. Mr. Ray, Mrs. Rodriguez called my mom today. My stomach dropped. Yeah, how'd that go? She told her about the program, the one that can help us get an apartment. He was quiet for a moment. My mom cried on the phone. She said she's been trying so hard but couldn't do it alone. And now, we might actually get out of that place. Marcus, that's incredible. She asked how the school knew. I told her you noticed, that you cared enough to notice. Of course I noticed, kid. Mr. Ray, nobody notices me. I'm invisible. I'm the weird kid who sits alone. But you saw me. You were never invisible, Marcus. You were just surrounded by people who weren't looking. But I promise you, there are more people who see you than you think. Mrs. Chen in the office. She told me she always makes sure to save an extra breakfast sandwich for you. Mrs. Anderson in the library. She stocks the book series you like reading. We see you, kid. We've always seen you. He wiped his eyes. I've been so angry for so long. At my mom for losing our apartment. At the world for being so hard. At myself for not being able to fix anything. But today, for the first time in months, I feel like maybe it's going to be okay. It is going to be okay. It might take time, but you're going to be okay. We finished working in comfortable silence, and then I walked him out like always. Before he left, he turned back to me. Mr. Ray, when we get the apartment, will you and your wife come see it? My mom wants to meet you. She wants to thank you. We'd be honored, Marcus. And can I still come to your office for dinner sometimes, even after we move? Not because I need to, but because I like talking to you. I couldn't speak for a second, just nodded and pulled him into a hug. You can come by anytime, kid. My door's always open. He left and I locked up the school. As I was walking to my car, I called my wife. Hey honey, remember that kid I told you about, Marcus? The one you've been sharing dinner with, of course. Pack extra tomorrow, and maybe for the next few weeks, or months, or however long he needs. She was quiet for a moment. Then, Ray, you have the biggest heart of anyone I've ever known. I'll pack enough for an army. I love you. I love you too. Now get home and tell me all about it. I'm sitting in my car in the school parking lot right now, writing this because I needed to get it out. I'm a 55-year-old janitor who cleans toilets and mops floors for a living. I'm nobody special. But to Marcus, I'm someone who saw him when he felt invisible. And maybe that's enough. Maybe noticing someone, really seeing them, is the most important thing we can do. Update 1 I didn't expect this to blow up. Thank you for all the kind words. A few people have asked about how to help Marcus or kids like him. Honestly, look around. There's a Marcus in every school, every community, every neighborhood. The quiet kid sitting alone, the one who's always early and always late to leave, the one wearing the same clothes, the one who seems grateful for the smallest kindness. See them, that's the first step, just see them. Update 2 Mrs. Rodriguez pulled me aside today. The Family Services Organization came through. Marcus and his mom are moving into a 2-bedroom apartment next weekend. It's in a safe neighborhood, close to a bus line for his mom's work, and only 15 minutes from the school. She also told me something else. Apparently, after word got around about Marcus's situation, several teachers have quietly started a fund. They've raised enough money to furnish the apartment bed, couch, table, kitchen supplies, everything. They're calling it Operation Fresh Start. I had no idea so many people cared. Marcus was right, he wasn't invisible. People were seeing him all along. Update 3 Today was Marcus's last day staying until 6 p.m. Tomorrow, he'll go home to his new apartment for the first time. We had dinner in my office like usual. My wife made his favorite now, lasagna. After we ate, he just sat there for a minute, looking around at my tiny maintenance office with its cluttered desk and old posters. I'm going to miss this, he said quietly. Miss what, this cramped office? Miss having somewhere to go, somewhere safe, somewhere I matter. Marcus, look at me, you're not losing this. You're gaining a home. A real home where you can sleep in a real bed and have dinner with your mom and not here fighting through the walls. But this office, my door's always open. You can come by anytime you want, to talk, to help out, or just to exist. You always matter here. Promise. I promise. He helped me with my rounds one last time. As we were locking up, he handed me an envelope. Don't open it until I leave, he said. I waited until his mom picked him up. I finally got to meet her, and she hugged me so tight I thought my ribs would crack, thanking me over and over through tears. After they drove away, I opened the envelope. Inside was a drawing. Marcus had drawn the school at night, with light coming from a small window, my maintenance office. In the window, you could see two stick figures sitting together, at the bottom, in careful handwriting. To Mr. Ray, you taught me that being seen is the first step to being saved. Thank you for seeing me when I was invisible. Thank you for being the light in the window. You didn't just give me dinner. You gave me hope. I'll never forget you. Marcus. And underneath that, P.S. I'm going to be okay now, because of you. I'm sitting in my car again, crying like a baby, holding this drawing like it's made of gold. I'm just a janitor. I clean floors and fix lockers and unclog toilets, but I got to be someone's light in the window. I got to be the person who saw him. And that's worth more than anything. Final update, asterisk, I wasn't going to add anything else, but something happened today that I need to share. It's been 2 weeks since Marcus moved into his new apartment. He still comes by my office twice a week after school, not because he needs to, but because he wants to. We have dinner, talk about his classes, and sometimes he helps me with small tasks around the school, but mostly we just talk. Today, I was cleaning the cafeteria during lunch period when I noticed something that made me stop in my tracks. Marcus was sitting at a table, but he wasn't alone. There were 3 other kids with him, the kind of kids who usually sit alone too, the ones other people overlook. They were laughing about something, sharing food from their trays, looking like actual friends. I must have been staring because Marcus caught my eye and waved me over. Mr. Ray, these are my friends. This is David, Sophie, and James. Guys, this is Mr. Ray. He's the one I told you about. Sophie looked up at me shyly. Marcus says you're the reason he's doing better, that you helped him when things were really bad. Marcus helped himself, I said. I just made sure he had dinner. That's not true, Marcus said firmly. You saw me when I was invisible, and then you taught me something important. What's that? That if someone saw me, then maybe I should start seeing other people too. He gestured to his new friends. David stays late at school because his dad works nights and he doesn't want to be home alone. Sophie's in foster care and her group home is chaotic. James lives with his grandma who has dementia, and sometimes he just needs a break. My heart squeezed. We all have our things, Marcus continued, and we were all sitting alone. But then I realized if Mr. Ray could see me, maybe I could see them. So I started talking to them, and now we sit together. We're all weird kids, I guess, but we're weird together. David nodded. Marcus told us about your dinner deal, about how you helped him. We were wondering. He trailed off, looking nervous. Wondering what? I asked. Sophie spoke up. We were wondering if sometimes we could help you too, like Marcus does. We don't need dinner or anything, we all stay late anyway, and it'd be nice to feel useful. I looked at these 4 kids, these invisible, overlooked, forgotten kids who had found each other, who were asking if they could help me. Tell you what, I said, how about every Thursday after school you all come help me with some projects? Nothing major, organizing, fixing things, whatever needs doing. And maybe my wife accidentally packs way too much dinner and we all have to help eat it so it doesn't go to waste. The way their faces lit up. Really? James asked. Really, we'll call it the maintenance crew. Official school helpers, what do you say? They all looked at each other and then back at me, nodding eagerly. Cool, see you Thursday at 5:30, come hungry. As I walked away to continue cleaning, I heard Marcus say to his friends, see, I told you, he sees people, that's what he does. Tonight, I told my wife she needs to start packing dinner for 6 on Thursdays. She just smiled and said, I'll make lasagna, seems like that's your thing now. It is, isn't it? Ray, you know what you're doing right. You're not just feeding kids, you're building something. A place where kids who feel invisible know they matter. I'm just sharing dinner, hun. No, you're not. You're seeing them. And you're teaching them to see each other. That's how you change the world, one invisible kid at a time. Maybe she's right. I don't know about changing the world. But I know that on Thursday, 4 kids who used to sit alone will gather in my tiny maintenance office, eat too much lasagna, help fix things around the school, and feel like they belong somewhere. And Marcus, the weird kid in the black hoodie who spent 12 hours a day at school just to feel safe, he's going to walk into his apartment tonight, have dinner with his mom at their own table, sleep in his own bed, and know that tomorrow he has friends waiting for him. I'm still just a janitor. I still clean toilets and mop floors and fix broken things. But maybe, just maybe, I'm also helping to fix something else. One dinner at a time. One kid at a time. One moment of being seen at a time. And that's enough. That's more than enough.